Hello, guys. Greetings. Good morning. You're on to Augustine again, one of the many voices in our Simply Brilliant community. You know, the number of voices in our community are now silent. A very good number of the voices in our community are now silent. It shouldn't be. A very good number of people are watching my videos, and I do acknowledge and I do also appreciate those of you who watch my videos. But if you are a member in this community and you are confident upon the cause where you are, I think you should open your mouth and tell the community, tell the world that we are going to make the difference. A very good number of us in the community are playing hypocrisy. A very good number of people in our community are living very comfortable lives. When you come into the community, it looks like you are about to die. That's hypocrisy. A very good number of us in our community don't want to build. All we just want to do is we want to see results. Some of us has refused to deliver ourselves from the past errors. Some of us are holding on to the past and has refused to move forward. To me, that's a wrong attitude. That's not a good one. That's not a welcoming attitude. If you are going to change the world, then you should have a positive attitude and let the past remain where it is. That's the right attitude. If you're going to succeed, that's the right attitude. Today, the title of my broadcast is a summary of yesterday's founders meeting. And if you're tuning into my broadcast for the first time, you're welcome to my channel. I'm Augustine, one of the many voices in our community, one of the members who believe in the cause of this community, who believe we are going to succeed. That's who I am, and we are going to succeed. 1 year from now, we're going to make the difference. And I also want you to know that this is our final lap. Our final lap. When you talk about your final lap on a car racing, when you're on the final lap, whoever it is that crosses the finish line has won the race. Yes, we've been in this race for about 7 years. Next month makes it 8 years. And I can tell you that the strength with which I'm running is still the same vigor, it's still the same strength, it's still the same energy that I came into this community with. It has not diminished by one bit. There has been challenges here and there, but those things are part of life. If you are running and you don't fall, then you won't understand what pain looks like. If you are running and you don't fall, you won't understand what mistakes looks like. And we have gone through all those things to show that we are human, but we are striving towards perfection, and we are going to get there nonetheless. So, tuning into my broadcast, welcome to my channel. Please cultivate the habit of supporting this channel. And all I need of you to support is a thumbs up. I don't think a thumbs up is too much because the community has to know that we are one united system. And if there are people who are not united over time, the system, I want to emphasize on the concept of the system. The system will figure out the ones who are not with us, and the system will naturally filter them out. We want to build a better system. The system the elites has built has created a whole lot of developments, a whole lot of technology, a lot, but it has neglected human beings. And the intent is to wipe out the human race over time. But it will not succeed. As long as our Simply Brilliant community exists, that plan will not succeed. It will fail because we are in line with the creator of the world. The creator of the world built human beings to dominate, to feel the ends of the earth, and to be seen, to interact with each other in love and respect. The elites think that we are nuisance. The elites are saying that we are responsible for global warming and all that. Well, from my point of view, they are the ones doing it and blaming us. And I want you to know that we are going to correct that narrative over time. So welcome to my channel, and I love you guys. And I'm giving out these informations every single day out of love. That's what I want you to know. All right, so now we're going to move into the main details of the meeting. And of course, the meeting was anchored yesterday by our brother and friend, Chief Justice Bederick of the Simply Brilliant community. And the administration did a good job in making some explanations on a few things. The first thing the administration talked about was the fact that we had some hiccups at the beginning of our shared bounty. He made us understand that it's a new program and that program is designed to set the record straight over time. He made us understand that it is consistency upon which we will grow in the community. He made us also to understand that if you're going to take part in this program, you have to make sure that you are paying attention. He also made us understand that The program will continue and it's going to build this community until we have gotten to our global adoption. Yeah. Now, following that, he talked about another program which just is about to launch, but he has intimated the community about it, which is very good. And that program is called SBC Lite. Within the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about it. Then I'll go to the blog. We'll look into the blog very briefly. And then after that, we'll look into the most recent updates on the blog. And then we'll call this meeting to a close. The first thing we're going to talk about is SBC Lite. Now, I'll make a summary of SBC Lite. There are two programs that we'll be running now. It's going to be our SBC, which is Shared Bounty Concept, which is the same acronym with Simply Brilliant Community. The second that will be running is SBC Lite. Now, SBC Lite, of course, we know what SBC is. If you don't know what SBC is, I want you to go to the blog. Let me use this opportunity now to share my channel. Oh, sorry, share my screen. All right, so now my screen is being shared. And looking at my screen, you will see that you scroll down. This is the present program running. And as regards to this program, it's just spelled out clearly. All participating members qualify for up to 280 USDT. It's a definite thing. As long as you are consistently paying with or without downlines, you are going to get this over time. Now, if you have that is in your shared bounty, so within the next between 8 months, 6 months, 9 months, or a year, you should max out to this. And once you are at this level, you keep getting it every month. From my own point of view, for paying your subscription fee, this is a comfortable salary for people that are living in the African settings. $280 is good, but you should also know that if you are receiving $280, it's actually an easy means through which you can grow the community. If you're going to have four or five downlines and above, it means that $280 should suffice to be able to build five downlines because you keep getting it every month. And as long as you are consistently getting it, it gives you an opportunity then to move to the next CADA, the upper CADA, which is $1,125. So members with more than 5 participating referrals qualify for up to $1,125. Now you have to build your part in this community. Yes, you have to build your part. If you don't build your part in this community, then I really wonder. Two things you have to know in this community. Number one, find leaders who understand the cause. That is the number one. The problem we are having is that we are having leaders that doubt what we are doing. We are having leaders that question what we are doing. We have leaders that do not master the art of timing because you have to actually master the art of timing. Because if you're not a master in the art of timing, how are you going to make success in this community? We have leaders that are spreading negativity and are associating the previous administration and his mistakes to the present administration. And that's not acceptable at all in our community. You have to move forward because this is a new cause. And the present administration, Admin Scott, is bent on seeing to the success of this community at all costs. And you and I should also put on that mindset if we're going to succeed. Of course, there should be a price to pay. Most of you who are actually having your money are operating in your local currencies. If you are operating on your local currencies, you are losing your money. If your money is not in euro, pounds, or dollars, then you are not doing the right thing. I would advise that you convert anything you are using for your subscription fee into USDT and keep it in USDT so that you don't have to pay more every month. As I speak with you now, our exchange rate for dollar to naira is about 1,600. A dollar to a naira is 1,600. And I also want you to know that by next month being March, it's going to increase from 1,006 to about 1,007. So therefore, before June, it is over a $2,000. So those who are making their subscription fee payment, how do you intend to keep up if you're going to keep paying more every month? From my point of view, you may fall off, and when you fall off, you may not rise back. The elites are playing their games. You have to understand their games, and you have to be smarter than them. This system is certain and it will succeed. But how you plan about it is up to you. I hope you make the right choice. All right, so this is what pertains to our present SBC. And as I speak with you, we have about 19 days to the end of this cycle, and then there is another payout. The payout should be by February 6th, next month, which is the month of March. And I crave your indulgence. Everyone should please push on until you get there, because we can get there. So this is the first one that was talked about, and then the administration encouraged everyone to keep up with the face. He also let the people know two things. The first thing he wanted everyone to know is that everybody is in a tree. Yes, he referred to it as a tree, no more a matrix. From my point of view, it's actually a matrix. Those of us from the scientific background, it's actually a matrix. Now, when you come into your account section and then you go into this, you see share bounty personal matrix. I refuse to share my own, but it's actually a matrix. But if you can check it, you see yours, and it's personal to you. That's why we're a private society. Your information should be private to you. In as much as we are making public informations to the community and outside, there are informations that are private to you. Some things that are private to you is what I've just shared. And under your reward section, your transaction history is personal to you. Your SBC wallet is personal to you. It shouldn't be shared with the outside world. If you have sharing it, then you are not wise, because that is your account and that is your strength in this community on a global scale. So you should keep those informations private. That's my advice. Not the way the public is. The public, you can gauge the worth of Elon Musk, you can gauge the worth of all those guys. In our community, for us to change the world, we should look like a hydra. The elite should not understand our game. They should just see us like the air that people breathe. You feel the air, you breathe the air. Without the air, you die. That's how we are supposed to manifest to the world. Let people feel our presence, but let them not really see who we are. That's the concept of our growth. That's how we're going to take over the world system. Okay? So, two things the administration said. One, the matrix is being built based on how the system designed it. And that is first come, first serve. Those who came in first were the ones that are going to really benefit. And then when it gets filled out, it goes to the next layer, and then it goes to the next layer. The responsibility of the concept is to continue to fill out until we go to infinity. Infinity means we get to 1 billion and above. The concept will continue. So, like every other system, when you come in, if you come in much later, you are supposed to grow in the system. And growing in the system means you have to continue to sustain the system until other people come under you and then they begin to support you. That's how the natural concept of this system is designed. So if it takes you 3 months or 6 months to continue to build, you have to build, because if you give up after 3 months, you are replaced. So the people are complaining that they are not able to keep up with it. So that's why the administration gave us a second choice, and that's an optional one. And you can alternate between the first and second choice, which is SBC and SBC Lite. That's what the administration did yesterday. So he also made us clearly understand that your downlines do not affect your position on the matrix. Let me say it again. The number of downlines you have does not affect your position in the matrix. The concept is this: once you are in the matrix, you are fixed on that matrix. You don't go up, you don't go down. You are fixed there, provided you are consistently keeping up with your subscription fee payments. You will stay there. And then people will be placed under you over time, and those ones will support you. Everybody will support the system in one way or the other. Some people will get to max out first. And when you max out first, congratulations to you. Now, my word of advice to those who are maxing out first: do not max out and use your money for your personal thing. I think you should support the community. When the system gives to you, let's say you're having over $100, you should be able to at least bring in one person to the community every month. That's how you should help to grow the community. You bring in one person to the community, those ones you are bringing in are your downlines, and you enjoy $10 from them every month. That's a prudent way of building the community. Yes, that's what I'm going to also keep doing. Every month, I bring in at least one person. As the system gives me more, I also bring in more to the community. That's how I'm helping to grow the community. To whom more is given, more is expected. Now, individuals who are just taking the money for their personal thing, I want you to know that the economy is going to get tougher. You have to understand that the economy is going to get quite tougher for a little while before things will begin to iron out. At least for this year, there is going to be a lot of ups and downs, and you should be prepared to build a comfortable shock absorber If you don't build that shock absorber, then you may get broken. So anything the system gives to you, please use it to grow the community so that the community can be sustainable over time. That's exactly how I go about it. Okay. So the administration made it very clear that you bring in a good number of downlines, it does not affect your position in the community. However, if you bring in a substantial amount of downlines, it gives you an opportunity to earn more $10 from them. That's number one. The second thing you're also going to enjoy, sorry about that. The second thing you're also going to enjoy is it unlocks the second tier where you can get about $1,125. He actually put it out here. So it's written clearly here. $1,125. This is what you unlock. So the concept now has changed. Before it was work paid, get work today, get paid today. And a very good number of people in the community were doing so many things to bring in downlines. They were not doing the right thing. Some people did the right thing, while some did not. Some lied to their community, lied to their downlines, amassed so many people, and was, receiving humongous returns from them. Well, the system now is changed. You just have to tell them, come in and be consistent. If you can't be consistent, then do so. You see, the banks has been watching us. Listen, I want you to know that the banks has been watching us. The banks are seeing every move we are making. The banks are going to work with us sometime this year. I'm going to read the blog. You are going to see it. It's going to be unfortunate if you are listening to me, you are not a partaker of the test program. That test program will soon launch. Yes, between the end of the year and the beginning of next year, we have launched the test program, and it's going to be a 1-year course. If you are not in that program, then you may have to hold on until we have perfected our system and the people in the test program has enjoyed the fruits of their labor. If you are not in that program, then, well, I don't know what to say, but let's listen. If you are not in the program, you may have to remain consistent if you are going to enjoy the second batch. That's how the system is going to be. You are going to see a lot of changes very soon. And I'm telling you what I'm telling you. I've not been telling you this. I'm telling you what I'm telling you. Whether you choose to believe or not, that's your choice, but I'm telling you what it's going to be. All right, on that note, let's now move to the blog and then let's see a few things from the blog. So now this is the blog and send button. Yeah, everyone now has their send button. And there's also going to be a lot of wonders very soon. Some people who have their send button will go and start consolidating accounts. Have you read the content? Well, let me not go into details. But listen, this is a system. And if you understand how this system works, it will be best you let sleeping dogs lie. If you choose to go and start consolidating accounts, then it's up to you. Whatever consequences you see, that's because you wanted it. All right, that's it. Let's move forward. I don't want anyone to go ahead and if you have listened or you are listening to this broadcast, please don't consolidate your account. Whatever you have, leave it as it is. Do not consolidate your account. I want you guys to understand that before the banks will come in, there will be an audit. Listen, before the banks come in, there will be an audit. The system already knows what you have. What are you using SBC for? For now, the only reason why SBC will be used with the outside world, because we're going to interact with the public financial system through a gateway. We're going to do that. And then it's going to be through the app that the sponsors will provide. We are going to work in a very wonderful way, seamlessly. It won't be known. The public will know what we are doing. We're going to work seamlessly, and everybody will want to have access to our accounts. Everybody wants to have access to our application, not our accounts. In fact, we are going to be a difference because we'll be gold backed. So as the economy is losing its purchasing power, we are backed by gold. We are not affected because gold is stable. Yeah, that's it. Once upon a time, it was about $2 to get, about a coin. It was about $2. But now, a coin, a gold coin, it's about 2,000. About $2,000. That's how bad our purchasing power has lost its value. And I want you to know that if you had held on to that particular one coin, you would have been 2,000 richer by now. So how about we return back to that system? It looks like we're not affected at all. So I dare to say that the world will come to our system because they know that we're a self-sustaining system. A lot is changing. The dollar is losing its value. There is a new financial system coming on board, and that system will not be the reserve currency, which we know as the dollar. Go do your homework, go do your research. I will try as much as possible to be brief. Now, this was what the administration bothered about yesterday's meeting. As at yesterday, we had not had the send button yet, but we are going to read this. And as we're reading, I give clarifications, I give explanations. So pay attention. All right, now SBC Lite. The SBC Lite program will allow our members to participate exclusively in SBC and SBC rewards. Many members find it challenging to engage in the full SBC program with shared bounty and instant bounty. So I'm offering an opportunity to remain active without any frills or additional features. Read on. SBC Lite will entail a monthly payment of 16 USDT. Now to SBCBO, your expiration date will be extended by 1 month for each $16 USDT payment you make, and your SBC wallet and SBC rewards will remain active. Additionally, you would receive 200 SBC deposited into your SBC wallet each month, as long as you are consistently paying. And then let's continue. SBC Lite members will not receive instant bounty from their referrals and will not be eligible to receive shared bounty. You will only receive SBC rewards and have access to the SBC wallets. SBC to me is actually what will make us what will be. Not, well, two things will complement each other, because I want you guys to know that SBFC appreciates in value as active members join the community. As when we get to about 7,500, the value of SBFC moves from $30 to $35. As our membership appreciates, by default, our SBFC also appreciates. Remember, SBC is stable, gold backed. SBFC not. We are going to set up our legal structure very soon, which we are going to, once that structure has been set up, well, let's read on. I don't want to go into details. Let's continue. You will only receive SBC rewards and have access to the SBC wallet. Further, if your referral is an SBC or Lite member, you, as sponsor, will not receive a bounty. Discuss this option with your referrals carefully. Now, for me, all of my referrals are going to be on SBC. They won't be on SBC Lite. That's my personal view. That's me personally. Okay, so don't judge me by the decisions I'm making. This is my personal decisions, because I don't want any of my downlines to go into SBC Lite. Now that's because it will rob me as their upline of $10. $10 is quite a lot. Rather, we're going to come to a compromise and I'll support them so that they can keep up with their subscription fee. Now that's my personal view. Okay, SBC Lite, it's an option. If you choose to go for it, it's a choice. Okay, it doesn't rob you of the banking system. In fact, it offers you an opportunity to be among those that will participate in the test program when the time is due. But I'm talking of the immediate term. For the immediate term, my downlines should be able to keep moving forward, and I should be able to support them until they're able to grow up the ladder. If they're able to grow up the ladder to the point where they can actually keep up with their subscription fee with ease, I think then home is done. I mean, the work is complete. So that means that most of my downlines who are not keeping up, they should bring in something to the table. It's not my supporting them 100%. There should be what you call a reasonable or a sizable, percentage of input from myself, and then they put in their own inputs. It should be discussed, like the administration said. Perhaps they could bring in about 65%, I bring in about 35%, or maybe 60-40. It's up to you to decide. But my personal views is that my downlines will work with me through this journey. Let them enjoy while I enjoy as well. I want them to be part of the shared bounty. That's my personal view. So SBC Lights are for those possibly who don't have downlines. And if you are in the SBC Lights and you don't have downlines, well, you may come in for the program. But my advice is build a structure, because the SBC is going to be a very solid program. It's going to be a program that will stand the test of time. So if your problem is looking for an upline, find an upline that is worth it. Be sure that you are ready to go about this journey. Some of you are just looking for people to exploit. If it's an exploitation concept, you are looking for someone you just hold on to, and the person does the lion's share and you do nothing, then you have failed it. That's not the kind of person I am, and that's not who you should look for. Look for someone that will support you, and you should be meaning to build the community. All right, so discuss this option with your referrals carefully. Now, our SBC program and wallets are currently the most critical functions of SBC. Our sponsors are seeking a robust membership and are not concerned with our shared or instant bounty programs. So take note of that. Whether it's shared bounty or instant bounties, the concept is they need numbers. That's what these are sponsors want. And then when the numbers get to a certain point, perhaps 10,000 or something about that nature, then the legal structure is set up. Let's keep reading. They are interested in active members who will download the SBC Wallet app, which is going to be coming up sometime, and begin using SBC by the terms and condition at the time of the program launch or programs launch. Now, our goal is to launch the SBC private banking app by the end of this year. Are you hearing what the administration is saying? That is his goal. And I just want you guys to know that it's settled already. Now, I'm a privy council member in the community. So there are information that I'm privy to. So I'm telling you that that goal is set in stone. Just like the Georgia Guidestone. The elite put out the Georgia Guidestone. Are you aware? And they kept telling you that they are going to depopulate. Are you aware that they've started depopulating the world? If you go back to that Georgia Guidestone, you will see that it's been broken down. They've broken it down. Okay? They've removed it. But they have started their intention. They have, you see, how the elites behave is they tell you what they want to do. And they keep it long enough for humanity, for them to not say that humanity wasn't informed. Now, when they start taking it out, it means that they've started about their implementation. So in the same vein, we are telling you that our goal is to launch the SBC private banking app by the end of this year. We are telling you now, take note of me. A member of the Privy Council. There are information that I'm privy to. I don't have to go into details, but I'm telling you that this is set in stone already and it's going to happen. It's up to you to come in or not. If you choose not to come in, that's your choice. But let it not be that you were not informed. That's why I want you guys to share this information far and wide. But if you choose not to share it and you still keep it to yourself, well, it's okay. If the membership we're having and our numbers that are watching these videos are just limited, I wonder how much we are going to grow, because many of us don't want to listen. Many of us don't want to pay sacrifice. You don't want to do anything and you want to succeed. Remember, the system is going to carefully select those that will make this system happen. Those who just choose to sit down and do nothing and you think that miracles happen in our community, I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. Okay, let's continue. So, and this can only be achieved with a strong and dedicated membership. Hence, a minimum payout of 16 USDT is required, providing you with no frills experience. So I want you guys to know that the moment you have entered in for the test run with the banks, your subscription fee is over. You stop paying subscription fee 100%. As it is now, it's a build up. We are building up to that membership. We need that membership. We need that number. But the moment you have fallen into the the category of those that will do the test run, and then use it with the app. We're using an app. In fact, we have a very complicated concept, and it's a beautiful one. We are going to be in the system of the elites and not of the system of the elites. Yet we'll thrive with the system of the elites and we'll conquer the system of the elites. Now, let me tell you how we're going to operate. Those of you on the medical field will have a better understanding. Now, if you look at this virus, it's called HIV. HIV goes into the body, and when it's in the body, the body does not easily detect it, and it continues to kill the white blood cells. And as it kills the white blood cells, it continues to weaken the human system, the immune system of the person. And the white blood cells will not even notice it as an enemy. And that's how it continues to kill the white blood cells until it makes the person porous. Once the person is porous, all forms of diseases comes to start hitting the person until the person dies. That's what HIV does. Now, when it has succeeded in its intent, it becomes AIDS. AIDS means someone doesn't have an immune system. His antibodies is dead. That's what AIDS looks like. So we are going to operate like that virus. But our intent is not evil, it's good. The elite has enslaved us out of deception. We want to go back and fight. And we're going to use our smart device to interact with stores. The banks would supply us with the financial wherewithal to be able to do it and make broadcasts. Let the world know that we have a better system. And when they come to us, they are saved from the corroding elite system. because you're backed by gold. Our economy, our system becomes stable, and that's how we'll redeem humanity. So, isn't that a good idea? Well, I'm telling you what will be. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's your choice, but I'm telling you what will be. All right, move forward. Now, SBC Lite members will have full access to the SBC wallet and will receive their rewards as usual each month. Now, however, sponsors with a downline will not receive any instant bounty or shared bounty at all. Now, we understand that USDT may be a significant amount for many of our members, and their protests of instant bounty and supplemental shared bounty serve as incentives. Sorry, their prospects of instant bounty and supplemental shared bounty serve as incentives. However, some members may be unable or uncertain about participating in that way. Now, and that's okay. We have an alternative, which is SBC Lite. Now, at the time of payment for your SBC BO, you may choose 16 or 32 USDT. Now, you will be given an option for light or full SBC participation, and the rules are simple. Just like you go to your account under profile, you see billionaire, you see millionaire, and you see starter. Now it's no more billionaire, millionaire, starter. It's now SBC Lights and SBC. Those are the two programs. Remember that starter is going to be our employment zone when we get to that point. So we're moving it one step at a time. So there is going to be an option to categorize yourself. Those of you who can, please stay in SBC. Those of you who can, and you're not getting anything at the moment, delay gratification. In 6 months from now, you will live a comfortable life and you keep getting more. If you choose to bring in downlines, that's your personal choice, which I will advise, if you can, please do. Because what you are doing is that you are telling everyone to come into Noah's Ark. Come into Noah's Ark. The rain will soon start falling. Now, in the time of old, in the Bible days, that was a physical thing. Now it's no more physical. It's going to be an abstract thing because the rain will soon start falling. I can tell you that by the end of this year, when you have compared a dollar to a naira, you'll find out that it should be about 2,500 or 3,000. At that point, it's a heavy rain. I wonder how many people will be able to afford paying with their house rents, paying their NEPA bills, fueling their cars, and attending to domestic activities. That's heavy rain. It's going to be difficult. I hope people don't lose their minds because this I'm saying is imminent. It's going to happen. It's imminent. Let's continue. Now, you may switch back to the shared bounty program at any time by making a 32 USDT payment, and your end position on the rotator will be retained. After 3 months of non-participation in shared bounty, your position in the rotator will be removed. Should you decide to restart after your rotator spot has been removed, you will simply start anew in a lower spot in the rotator. So this part of it is not what I would advise. Anyone who has started as early as now should be advised not to fall into the point where you start again. So if you have to do 2 months SBC Lite and then you do 1 month SBC, you just have to find a way to keep up. Well, these are informations I'm sharing. I'm giving you my own idea. I'm giving you my own insights. You can decide. Now, I'm actually summarizing the meeting of yesterday, but I'm adding a bit of, my own experience to it because I want everyone to succeed here in this community, provided you want to succeed. Now, if you select the SBC Lite program, you will not receive an instant bounty from your downlines. Now, as you are here to support SBC only, I will no longer have access to bounty programs unless you choose the full SBC program going forward. Like I have said, if you are in this community and you are paying from your local currency, you are losing money. Convert your money to USDT and keep it there. Convert it in bulk and keep it there and don't touch it. That's where you retain your purchasing power, at least for now, until you move to a gold-backed system. But if you want to go about it the conventional way, you will definitely complain. Moving forward, regardless of the program you are on, you will receive 200 SBC each month. Your SBC BO is paid. each month your SBC BO is paid, ensuring that you do not miss out on any SBC benefits. Remember, the most important goal are for me, for you, and our sponsors in the SBC private banking goal. Now, only with a strong, active membership we will be able to achieve the SBC private banking app and have access to those systems when they launch sometime this year. Lastly, to all the members who are currently active, thank you. A very big thank you on behalf of the administration and the Privy Council. We do appreciate you. Thank you very much. Now, you will be the first in line. I want you to take note of this information I'm giving. The active ones who will remain active until we launch the SBC private banking system are the ones that will be first in line. Now, those of you who will stay active, there is something that is going to happen to those who will be active. They would be the first in line to run for the test run. It's going to be a pilot program. That pilot program is going to launch at the later part of this year, latest January of next year. If there are so much delays, by January of next year, we're on the pilot program. Now, we have to also form our legal structure before that happens. And I want you to give it a final lap. We have about 10 months to the end of this year. If you can do it, congratulations, you have succeeded. You don't need to have downlines. You just need to be consistent. The first batch is what we're looking at. I hope you will be among them. Those who join us or rejoin us after we have established our legal structure. Now, what is that legal structure? The legal structure is what we call terms and conditions between the Simply Brilliant community and our sponsors. We are going to draw our boundaries so that either ways, no one crosses their boundaries, especially those who are sponsoring us. That's why the legal structure is there, so that we know our rights, they know their rights, and we maintain it. Together, we'll make the difference. Now, where are we? Those who join us or rejoin us after we have established our legal structure will have to wait for their access to the SBC banking app until the following year. You know what that means? That's not going to be fair. That's not going to be friendly. All right, so I'm at the final phase. Only active members will have access to the app. Now, those who remain inactive until the date we launch our private legal structure, take note of this. Those who remain inactive, and don't use your sense to calculate this. Some of you will be waiting. I want you to know that we will not announce when our legal structure will start. What we would announce is that we have started our legal structure. And if you are inactive as at when the announcement has been made, you're out, you're cut off. You are already cut off. Those who remain inactive until the date we launch our private legal structure will have to wait until they are admitted to the program through their participation. Understand that it is through, and the participation they are referring to is keeping up with your subscription fee. Those who keep up and are in the test run pilot program, their subscription fee is cut up, and that's permanent. And then those who are going to be admitted must show consistency for a period of time. That conditions will be set up by the administration and the Privy Council. But why do you want to have to wait till that time? Why not just do it now? Why not just do it now? Well, let me continue. These things I'm putting are going to stand as a testament. It's going to stand as an evidence. It's going to stand as an accusation against you when the time comes. For those of you who choose to ignore, it is going to stand as for or against you when the time comes. Now, any remedy, TBC, you may have had in the past will be only converted to SBC for active members at the end of each month. Choose wisely. Don't delay your declaration. Don't delay your declaration to see the realization of SBC private bank app. It's up to you. It's up to you. You. Now, I envision our membership at the end of the year to be strong with 20, 30, or even 50,000 members having access to SBC private banking app. However, many hundreds of thousands of former and inactive members will realize what they've missed. We will rise together. We will rise together. Everybody that was a part of this community must pay the price. Everybody blessed person. Whether you're an active member or inactive member, if you are going to be part of the banking system, you must pay the price. And if you have more coins, you will pay more price. Yes, if you have more coins, you will pay more price. And some of you may never be able to redeem your price if you don't wake up now and take the time and take the sacrifice and pay it just this year. You will, you will, you will wish you had acted now. However, many hundreds of thousands of former members, former and inactive members will realize what they have missed. We will rise together, and each active member will share in the glory of our system. Now, if you don't join us now, we certainly won't need you later when we have done the hard work. But with your persistence, the administration is highlighting persistence. With your persistence and renewed dedication, you will realize what we have been working towards in a labor of love and compassion. So, this is what I want you guys to know. And I want you guys to understand that every content of what has been spelled out this morning has been done out of love. Okay? All right. So, I hoped that the meeting would have been recorded, but maybe it was an oversight from the administration or our brother Chief Justice Bederick. So I don't want to go into so much details. I've been able to speak in at length. This one is quite self-explanatory. I don't want to go into too much of the details. It's quite explanatory. It's just two things, two paragraphs I'm going to read. I'll read these two paragraphs and then leave it. You guys can take your time to understand it. But listen, consolidating your coins into one wallet is ill-advised. While I understand some family members may have multiple accounts and consolidating may seem cost effective, it is not advisable. Now, each member who holds SBC should maintain ownership of their coins. Any attempts by sponsors or elders to take from referrals or communities will result in account closure and removal from SBC. You see, this one is going to happen. That's why I'm highlighting it, because this is the most important part of this thing, even though everything is very important. But this is, you see, when it's going to happen, don't say we are evil, don't say we are wicked. You are the one that acted out of greed and selfishness. When it happens, let it be clear that these informations are for evidence to show that you were warned before it happens. In the law, they say ignorance is not an excuse. That's why everyone has to plug into this channel and pay attention to what they are supposed to know. Well, it's up to you. Let's continue. So, and each member who holds SBC should maintain ownership of their coins. Any attempts by sponsors or elders to take from referrals or communities will result in account closure and removal from SBC. Theft and greed will not be tolerated. SBC is here to uplift humanity, not subjugate it. Now, let each account holder maintain and assess their own funds and encourage new members to join early to accumulate SBC for when the private bank launches. You should also know that when the private bank launches, there is every tendency that the reward that we are giving will also go down. Yes, we are just like the way Bitcoin is. When Bitcoin started gaining attention and value, you know what happened? Its price started shooting up. The demand rose. Of course, you know that halving happens every 4 years. So the supply will continue to dwindle. And I dare to tell you that Bitcoin is going to rise to 100,000. It's going to even exceed that over time. But guess what? SBFC will exceed Bitcoin very soon. I am telling you that between a space of now and the next 3 years, people will begin to wonder, where did SBFC come from? Remember, SBC is private and we're backed by gold. But SBFC, when we launch, oh boy, we are going to really rival Bitcoin. And the beautiful side of it is that when they know that we are gold backed, in fact, SBFC is going to be something that people would yearn to have. But you know that the people that will have the bulk of it are members of our Simply Brilliant community, especially those who are the active ones. So don't think SBFC is worthless now. It's worth 1 billion. Time shall tell. Let's finish up. Let's finish up. Consolidating is unwise because each member should have independent access to their funds. If you consolidate into one wallet, only that member will have access. If your children or referrals have accounts, those accounts belong to them, allowing them to manage their SBC independently. Okay? So let me repeat one more thing. Let each account holder maintain and access their own funds, and encourage new members to join early to accumulate SBC for when the private bank launches. Now, the final content. Upon the launch of SBC Private Bank, there will be initial limits on account usage and daily withdrawals. To circumvent these limits, having access to multiple accounts per family is advisable. The more active members in your community or in your family, the more individuals will have access to the funds. Remember, you have to balance the equation. If you want all of your families to be part of it, then you should be willing to pay the price. All of them should keep up with the subscription fee. Whether you go for SBC Lite or you go for SBC, whichever one. But the point is that you have to understand that we are going global very soon. Don't say you were not told. All right, on this point, I want to say that I've summarized the content of yesterday's meeting and added an extra, which is what I've just talked about, send button. So go there, check your send button should be on. So congratulations to those of you who have their send buttons on. It means you guys are ready to pay the price. I'll stop here. And thank you so much. Till I come your way again some other time. I'm not seeing anyone giving any feedback. No response from the community. Not even hi. Not even hello. Come on, guys. Anyway, I think I'm out of time. 46 minutes. Cheers and God bless you. Till I come your way again some other time. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.